Now, we are going to be talking about the Ghana Energy Awards 2025. And Kwame Atiasi, who is the Deputy Manager and Corporate Communications at the Ghana Energy Awards. How are you, Kwame? How are you doing?
I'm doing so well.
Everything's okay? I'm fine, thank you. You're welcome to my show, Breakfast
Thank you
Daily.
so much.
All right, so let's get straight into it. Ghana Energy Awards 2025. First of all, why Ghana Energy Awards?
All right. Thank you once again for having us this morning. One thing for us as organizers, as the Energy Media Group, that we realized about the energy sector is the need to create an awareness and appreciation for the efforts of those driving our sector and then our economy, and by extension, our development as a country. And so about 8 years ago, this year happens to be our 9th edition, we saw the need to create a platform that can recognize and honor the various individuals, companies, and then institutions that are driving progress in the energy sector. And through our platform, what we seek to do is to honor people who can more or less position us as a country and then position our economy in a way that other sectors, other countries can also appreciate us. And that's how the whole concept of the Ghana Energy Awards came about. We've been running it for 8 editions, and this year's edition, which is the 9th one, is one that we are confident would even be much more better than any other edition we've had.
Great. But how is the energy sector doing in Ghana right now?
Yes, that comes to one of the things that defines us as an award scheme. Every year we try to sit back and then assess how the energy sector is going, and then the current trends and challenges that the sector players are facing. And so each year we come up with a theme that defines the direction of the awards. And so this year, one of our major endorsements, which happens to be the Ministry of Energy and Green Transition, the ministry, in consultation with our awarding panel, sat down and then looking at the sector, saw the need to come up with a theme that resonates with what is currently happening. And then the theme for this year is repositioning the energy sector as a pillar of national development. Now, this theme reflects what's happening in the energy sector, in that there's this growing collective recognition that the energy sector is more or less like the engine that's driving our economy. And so all the other sectors, I saw my brothers from the agri-fair and all of that. So all the other sectors depend on us for reliable, sustainable, and most importantly, affordable energy. Because once these 3 things are not met, it tends to affect every other sector. And so what we also try to do with our theme is to challenge sector players to look beyond their operations and then see how we can all position the energy sector strategically to drive national development.
All right, so what distinguishes the Ghana Energy Award from other award schemes?
Usually when that question comes up, I like to segment it into 3 things. Yes, so the first would be transparency. And I would rather start with credibility instead of transparency, because on the field of credibility, it's important that we position the awards as a brand that everyone can associate with. One thing we've realized in Ghana is there are a lot of award schemes coming up. So many. And then we've had a lot of issues that have popped up.
So many.
So it's important that as organizers on our part, we involve the right stakeholders in what we do. And then the first step in doing that was to get the endorsement of the Ministry of Energy and Green Transition. And they've been our major partner since the inception of the awards. So for the local recognition, we've been able to establish that partnership. On the international scene, we also have a partnership with the World Energy Council Future Energy Leaders Ghana. And what that does is also to give us that global recognition as an award scheme. Each year too, we also strive to get other endorsements to give us that robustness. And earlier this year, we announced a partnership with the Chamber of Oil Marketing Companies, that's COMAC. And we believe such endorsements add up to our credibility as an award scheme. The transparency, which I skipped earlier, is also a very key thing that defines us. For us, we have a very robust evaluation structure, which has a foundation that's divided into different layers. The first one is the role of the awarding panel I mentioned. And so we don't necessarily use a voting system. We have an awarding panel, which is made up of experts, energy experts. It's led by lawyer Kwame Jantoa, who is a board member on the GNPC, Ghana National Petroleum Corporation. And then he's aided by the former chairman of the the former board chairman of the Energy Commission, who is currently the ambassador of Ghana to the Republic of Hungary.
Right.
That's His Excellency Dr. Kwame Ampofo. And then there's Dr. Jemima Nunu, Professor Felix Asante, and then Dr. Lawrence Tete. Now, they are also aided by a group of technical experts who also go on the field to run assessments on the nominations and projects that we receive. And then they provide this detailed information to the awarding panel to aid in the scoring process. Once that is done, we also have a group of independent validators. That's Casely Brook Law Firm and then the Forbes Mazars. Forbes Mazars validates the entire awarding process and collates the results, which takes that responsibility away from us as organizers.
So that means you've done your homework.
Done our homework.
You've
We've
done
built
your
a very
homework. You've tried
robust
to get the right people.
The right people.
You know, so there wouldn't be any issues of, oh no, these people got the award.
Exactly.
These people, you know, this is a cheat and that. But then again, what are some of the categories that we should be looking out for when it comes to this award?
So in line with our theme, each year it tends to affect the categories that we outdoor. This year, at our media launch, which happened in September, we outdoored 26 competitive categories. But then one thing that was reiterated by our awarding panel at the launch event was that should we have nominations coming in that do not meet the criteria set for these categories, we as an award scheme will be willing to drop these categories. And so staying true to that commitment to uphold excellence, even though we outdoored 26 categories, we've dropped 2 of them. And then we are sticking with 24 competitive categories for this year. And some include the Energy Personality of the Year, which is the Apex Award. It's divided into both the male and female because we realize that the energy sector is also a male-dominated industry. And so we want to recognize the efforts of women doing well like yourself in the energy space. And other categories include the CEO of the Year Petroleum. There's the Energy Sector Operational Resilience Award. And for our friends in the media, we have the Energy Reporter of the Year.
Ooh,
you have a business desk here, which has a lot of energy-related content. And so I'm hopeful that in the years ahead, we can also recognize certain talents that are doing well over here.
Right, well. So what can guests and nominees and the public actually look forward for when it comes to this award?
Prestige, excellence. Nothing short of that.
I like how you're straightforward with your answers. But now, finally, share the details, venue. Do we need to get tickets? Is it free? What do we need to know? Okay, so ideally what we try to create is a fair awarding process. And so for our nominees, they are entitled to free complimentary tickets at no cost, which means that all through our awarding process, if you try to apply for the award, you are shortlisted, you are nominated, you win, you are not paying anything. And so for them, we give them free tickets. But should outsiders want to participate in the event, then we sell tickets at the cost. They would have to get in touch with the award secretariat on 030-3940-300, 030-3940-300, or via info@GhanaEnergyAwards.com. This year, we have the Honorable Minister of Energy, that's Honorable Dr. John Abdullahi Jinapo. He will be our special guest. And then he will be supported by Nishant Kumar Sharma, who is the executive co-chair of the World Energy Trilemma. And then Sophie Rose, who is the director of membership at the World Energy Council. One thing we also like to do is to show appreciation to our industry partners who have been with us over the years. And so if you permit me, I would like to also acknowledge them. So our industry partners include the Volta River Authority, JK Hogo Transport and Company, Bui Power Authority, Petrosol Platinum Energy, Menergy Technology, Ghana Gas, Bost Energies, Gridco, Comac, GMPC, Sunona Sogli, MPA, PURC, ECG, Energy Commission, and then COPEC Ghana. And then lastly, we also show appreciation to ChannelOne for partnering us on the media front. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you coming here to talk about this. So ladies and gentlemen, you've heard it from him. It's all about the Ghana Energy Awards 2025 that's going to be coming up. So if you want a ticket, call the number. What's the number? 030-3940-300. Okay. All right, so we've been speaking to Kwame Atiasi, who's the Deputy Manager and in charge of corporate communications at the Ghana Energy Awards. We want to say a very big thank you for that. Thank you so much. And up next, we'll be having another conversation on Zado Kelly Arts Festival. Stay tuned. We'll be back.